Each morning, real setups are broken down with entry strategies and technical reasoning behind every trade. This is today's best trade setups with Verified Investing.
Meta reported earnings last night and it blew away the report. ServiceNow actually is getting some pretty hard hits on the back of earnings. So we've got a couple different opportunities for us, one long and one short. And welcome everybody. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing. And I've got a couple different opportunities for you guys today. The chip stocks are moving higher, I think, on the back of the Meta earnings, as well as the chip stock earnings. We have SanDisk that reports earnings after the bell today, but I have some key levels for day trades going into today's market open. All right, let's go ahead and just jump into Oracle. I like to go over Oracle because I still think this is a really good key buying level for a swing trade. Oracle right here is closing or starting to get below this pivot, this gap in the charts at $171.14. If we get a little bit further of a drop today, $163.08 is where I'm going to pick this up in the live day trading room. This for me is a great long level. And then if it drops a little bit lower, $155.97 are my levels on Oracle. Now, if we get a bid to the upside, you're going to have some resistance at $182.39. However, I'm not going to be picking this up until it gets back above about $191. All right, let's go ahead and jump into Meta real quick. I may have to restore all of these connections. Sometimes it does that. Meta is trading at $730.56. Look at this huge gap in the chart. So this was from the October highs. This was on the earnings report before this massive sell-off. Price then consolidated here, right at the $586 level. Got this nice bid to the upside, consolidated sideways, and then the sellers came back in. All of a sudden, as soon as it hit right around the $600 level, the buyers just came in droves, pushed it right above this resistance level, and now on the back of earnings, it's heading up to $730. For me, my shortable level is $751.67. From the low right here, from the open, this will be about a 12% move to the upside, and that's what can happen on the back of earnings with good earnings and a stock like Meta. So again, shortable level is $751.67. IBM is another stock that's heading higher on the back of earnings as well. So for me, I've got this upswing trend line, connects this pivot top here, secondary hit, third hit, fourth hit. Every time it's hit this upswing trend line, you've gotten a pullback. Doesn't guarantee that it's going to pull back again, but this tells you that there's some major resistance on the chart of IBM. If we can get up to $340.17, this would be another hit of this upswing trend line. And so I will be shorting this as well, $340.17, and this is for a day trade. MU, I did have a key level yesterday. Yep, see, I'm going to have to restore every single one of these, and that's just going to be how it is. For me, I had a short level at $440. It did not get there in the market hours. Gareth ended up taking this as a short trade, made some money, but now it's closing above $440. So I've had to move my target up. If we go, if we get to $452.52, it's not a huge move on the back or on Meta, or excuse me, MU. However, that is going to be a key resistance level, and I would normally have it right above $450, but it's gotten so close in the pre-market that I think it's going to bust through 450 and get up to 452.52, knowing I can add to this position every $3 or so if it does run up higher. SanDisk was yep, here we go. SanDisk, I gave you a level at $525.27. It doesn't look like that worked out, but if you go to the intraday chart, you got over a $10 pullback from that level. So 525.27 worked out great on SanDisk. Because we have a momentum back in these chip stocks, I'm actually raising my entry price for a day trade today all the way up to $575.46. If it gets up there, this is my key shortable level on SanDisk. NXT was another stock that we went over. It did push up quite a bit above where my entry price was and then got a rejection. So for me today, if it gets back close to that level, or at least the double top area, you should get a nice pullback from this level because you had such a nice reversal candle going into today's session. So here's that shortable level right here. I would actually be looking for not a complete retrace all the way up to $131.59, but if it gets above $130, 130. If it gets above $130, this would be a key resistance level. Because you have this wide range red bar candle, had some great selling pressure in this particular stock. So this would be a great shortable level, again, above $130, knowing that if it goes above $131.59, I can stop out. And it does look like a topping tail. However, it didn't close below the lower 25%. So it does not qualify as a topping tail. Okay, STX, let's see if I get a restore. No, I don't. Okay, so today, for me, I actually anticipate a big rollover in STX. The RSI on this stock never really got below the 30 with any real selling pressure. It was only about a 2% move, and it was up over 20%. I really anticipate it dropping below $500 or $425 today. So this would be a key resistance level, even at the open right here as it's trading at $447. Excuse me. If it does decide it wants to get above this high pivot point at $450, it did get up to close to $460. So for me, I would be shorting this on a day trade at $470.64. It'd be nice to see this roll over, get below $425, and then push back up with some conviction. And then I would be shorting this again at $470.64. Okay, Joby had earnings. It did get as low as $11.25. So there's some support levels if Joby decides to drop a little bit more. $10.72 is going to be your first level of support. Not only do you have this high pivot point here, but you've got just below it a gap fill in the charts. And then you've got additional support at this wide range red bar candle trading just at $9.99, and then a gap in the charts at $9.44. I'd love to give you guys some opportunities for some long plays. And so this would be that long play for you. Let's go ahead and jump into ServiceNow. ServiceNow is getting beaten up on the back of earnings. My key support level is going to be this gap in the charts, as well as all this additional support in this area. So $106.03. Look at the move from the all-time high or the recent high at $240. This is a 55% drop. If we can get into this gap fill on ServiceNow or NOW, this is going to be a key support level. Again, if we can get a nice bounce. Silver, let's go over silver real quick. It still hasn't confirmed above this topping tail. It is above there right now. Silver is getting overly extended. If it gets above $120, again, this would be a really key resistance level on the chart of silver. In the live day trading room, this is where we're going to take advantage of it, knowing it could go up a little bit higher, but as long as this wide range red bar candle is still intact with the topping tail, the selling pressure is still in control. If it closes above $117.72, this would negate the topping tail, and then the bulls could regain control and take over and push this a little bit higher. And then the last chart I wanted to go over with you guys is APH. I'd mentioned that APH had this nice move to the downside, caught some support in the pre-market, got a huge bounce. And I said that if it gets down to about $140 again, it's going to be a key support level. And it hit off of that $140 level to the T and then got a significant bounce. So let's go ahead and go over APH. I want you to notice not only was this a gap in the charts at $114 or $140, but it was also the 50-day moving average, which is additionally why it got support in the regular trading hours. And look at the move that you got on APH. So I would like you guys to take a look at, if you guys are looking at intraday charts or you're looking to day trade, take a look at what it did in the pre-market. If it's staying strong like Meta is, it's chopping around the $760 level, $730 level, and it's staying there, that means the upper level of that pre-market data is going to be weak resistance. If you would have gotten a significant pullback, like 5% from that level, and then it goes back up there, that pre-market data is going to be more significant. So for me, I expect Meta to actually push through the pivot highs from the pre-market and continue up a little bit more. So just kind of some food for thought for you guys to think about going forward if you guys are interested in day trading. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me every morning at 8:45. If you guys are new here, please make sure you're liking, following, and subscribing, and ringing that bell so you can get notified, and share with your friends so that way they can get the same market data. And you guys do not want to miss Gareth Soloway. He thinks this push in gold could signal a further down move in the S&P 500, and he's going to talk to you guys why this could be more telling than we actually give it credit for. So you guys don't want to miss that, and that's going to be in less than 4 minutes. So have a great rest of your day. You guys take care.